Hello everyone, I am not wearing a shirt under this hoodie because today we're going to be breaking the rules. I got my hands on another dumpster guitar, and then I thought to myself, hey, this would be great to make a nice restoration video, but then I was like, nah. So I took to Instagram and regrettably, asked you for your opinions on guitar modifications, and then I'll be modding this guitar based off of your recommendations. I got your 2 cents on what a good guitar modification is, and I don't necessarily agree with that. So this is what a normal Fender Stratocaster should sound like. I mean, in my eyes, this guitar is perfect. So sounds pretty nice, right? This is what this cracked Fender Stratocaster sounds like. Yep, got the neck position, 4th position. Ew. A quick backstory on our subject here. It's a Squier that was made in China, apparently. My brothers, who work construction, pulled it from a dumpster. I'm afraid to even touch it. Probably mouse droppings all over the fretboard here. Please don't give me tetanus. There was a weird grease surrounding the entire body. Really? After all this time. But yeah, there's nothing special about this black Stratocaster, a Squier Strat, but it served as the perfect guinea pig to get started on this project. A telltale sign of a well-played instrument is wear, armpit stains, pick scratches. For those players who are less patient, Fender specifically offers their relic custom shops. I was shocked to find how many different relics there are. I personally have experience with the Journeyman Strat. Some dings on the body, but the neck is absolutely carved in. Take it on tour 40 times, you'll get the relic. That's where it looks like a rat's been gnawing away at the body of the guitar. People said, hey, take this Stratocaster and beat it up. I didn't have a year to relic this guitar that I'm probably gonna throw away later. Someone wanted me to craft this guitar in a way so that I couldn't play Jimi Hendrix anymore. The only way that could be humanly possible is if I... Do I think it's gonna work? No, I don't. Oh! If you could smell this thing right now, it's like a nice comforting campfire with the benefit of a guitar that works. I can't say this comment necessarily stopped me from playing Hendrix, but it kind of did. I think the new name for this guitar should be Skunk because it stunk, man. I have a headache now and it's sitting right here next to me. The flames caused the paint to kind of go in this reverse sunburst pattern. There's some charring on the inside and then it grows out into the natural wood of the guitar. Shout out to the person who ever recommended a roasted maple neck. You know you're playing a guitar right when your fingers start turning black. I'm just gonna go off track real quick here and mention how durable the Fender Stratocaster is. Criminally underrated as far as durability goes. This summer I took a knockoff Fender Stratocaster that's even lower on the ranks than the Squier into the ocean, refurbished it, plugged it in, and it played perfectly fine. I think it's the fact that we don't go out on a limb and try and destroy these guitars, so we'll never find out how durable they really are. Probably the biggest debate you'll see online, at least in the guitar community, is humbuckers versus single-coiled pickups. I already have a migraine. In a nutshell, pickups are a coil of wire and a magnet. It then forms a magnetic field which reacts with the guitar strings, and then the current goes into the amplifier, giving you sound. Single-coiled pickups are the most natural sounding pickup. It has the least amount of interference with your guitar's natural sound. The first humbucking pickup was invented in 1930 by Electro Voice, but it wasn't until the 1950s until you'd start seeing these things inside of a guitar. Single-coiled pickups are notorious for their 60-cycle hum. What Gibson engineers were trying to do was buck the hum from the single-coiled pickup. But let's address the elephant in the room. The single humbucking pickup by the bridge. People are always talking smack about how I don't play enough humbuckers. Why not just cut out the middleman and have a single bridge humbucker? Crap. What this single humbucker does is not only reduce the amount of magnetic pull coming from a set of humbuckers, which benefits the natural sound of the instrument, it'll also give me the option of a kill switch. So in theory, if I flip to the 5th position, I'll hear nothing. If I flip to the bridge, I'll hear something. So I could just kind of... It's completely understandable if you're curious as to what the ramifications would be if you burned a guitar body. What I was surprised to find is that the fret inlays melted within the fire. Almost wart-like appendages coming out of the guitar. It rips your fingers apart every single time. So, gonna remove those. I'm surprised how much plastic there is inside this. I'm just scraping away and there's just a whole plastic root with inlay here. Oh yeah. Inlays are made of plastic and I guess they melted in a way, so they ended up sticking up out of the guitar neck, which would cut my fingers up anytime I tried to play it. This is why I can't find any of my tools. Like what? This is from high school. And there's still juice in it. We have a whole section dedicated to scalloped frets. I'm sure when you hear the word scalloped frets, you think of Yngwie Malmsteen, but even before then, scalloped frets were invented in the 19th century by a French luthier, René. Not gonna pronounce his last name because that's just rude, man. I pictured the act of scalloping a fretboard to go similar to that one scene from Surf's Up where Cody's getting his board built from Z and he's just satisfyingly scraping away the wood. Wow, that looks like shit. You know Deep Purple, like Smoke on the Water? Their guitar player, Ritchie Blackmore, was rocking scalloped frets before anyone knew about it. From the 1st fret to the 8th fret, there's no frets at all. It's a completely fretless guitar. How many times am I going to say frets in a sentence? I don't know. I always seem to forget how hard fretless guitars are to play. It's almost like they weren't supposed to have their frets removed in the first place. By removing these frets, there's now a dead note that lasts for at least 5 frets long. That is awful. I'm sure you noticed the really cool looking stickers. These not only look pretty satisfying, they're also to help me learn where the notes are on a guitar neck. Stylish and educational. I think it was really smart to put baritone strings on this guitar because it not only made the action higher and harder to play, it gave this guitar one more reason to completely crack and combust. I'm trying to think of a way to explain this, but there's no real good explanation for this little whammy bar here. You might notice country players doing this little thing with their guitar. They kind of tilt their guitar in a way. With a whammy bar at the headstock, I can have an extra grip to help increase this effect. So you play a note, grab the wang bar. So again, play a note. Yeah, that's genius engineering right there. Remember earlier in the video when I compared my custom shop Strat to this unmodded dumpster guitar and completely embarrassed it? Well, that guitar is back. Is this what purgatory's like? Compared to a custom shop Strat, there might not be much advantage with a typical Squier Stratocaster. So one of you recommended I relic the Squier Strat. The guitar took on a reversed sunburst look. It really brings out the flair in this dumpster guitar. Although I don't have to wear white latex gloves every time I play my custom shop, I think the toxic nature of the Squier Stratocaster is completely worth it. I jumped on the opportunity to make this Squier Stratocaster different from the others. There's a certain beauty about having a single humbucker at the bridge and no other positions to resort to. My custom shop Strat doesn't have a kill switch, and it sure as heck doesn't have 2 missing pickups. The guitar neck, on a custom shop Strat at least, it's calculated to this standard, 9.5 radius. Where's the flavor? I took on the recommendation of scalloped frets, and then it flattens out for about 3 frets, so you have a cold pool next to the hot tub in this case, but instantly you'll get caught off guard again with a series of fretless frets. Truly, this guitar might be toxic. It might give me a headache every time I play it because it smells so bad. Demo it? Are you kidding? That thing will give me scabies. There's no way I'm playing this guitar.